One of the things I advise at all times when dating, do not date somebody who does not like you and they tell you that up front. I don't care what they call it, pursuing, whatever. Do not date someone who doesn't like you. Now let's get into the story. You can date somebody, you can meet somebody on any platform, a dating app, church, whatever, but there's always either that vibe of this person is attracted to me, this person likes me, I feel something from this person. But sometimes you can just have two really good people who feel like they should date each other, but for some peculiar reason, there's something missing from the equation, right? So I meet this girl. Let's just call her Jay. So Jay is very attractive, beautiful young lady. She had a brush cut. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I just loved that on her. She had a brush cut with, she was an athlete too. So she was really put together and she was a bigger girl, right? When I met her, I pursued her. You know what I'm saying? I DM'd her. I actually tried to find places that she was going to be at so I could be there because I wanted to meet her and, put my bid in. I eventually, bumped into her in person. I really wasn't no accident. Like I literally was looking on her page, looking for events she's possibly going to go, asking people like, hey, so-and-so. So I'm like actively trying to pursue this woman. And I would tell you, I think this is the reason my pursuing of women now sucks so bad because of this woman, right? I finally, like I said, I finally get in her same space. We meet, we have a good talk, she laughing at some of my little jokes or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So I asked her for her phone number and she was like, let me give you my Instagram account. Me being who I am, me already knowing the game, I'm like, your Instagram account, you gonna play me like I'm a simp? I was blown back, right? I'm like, me? So I took it. I took what I could get, right? First sign. That was the first sign. Right? So, and listen, this is the thing. I get, you might meet somebody, you might be attracted to them, they may not be attracted to you. I'm always cool with that. Like, I'm not like one of them dudes who be like, oh, you don't like me, oh, fuck you and everything you do. I'm not like one of them dudes, right? So if that would have been the case, I would have just backed out, right? But that's not how she was coming at me though. She was coming at me like, you need to pursue me. You need to, I need to vet you. I need to see all this stuff. I need to, check you out. And so that sort of activated the part of me where I'm like, okay, I can show you whatever you need to see because this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? So she sent me her Instagram. We would inbox on Instagram or whatever. And I know she, at a certain point, she started asking around about me. And so, because people would, a couple of my friends would be like, hey, so-and-so asked about you, da-da-da-da-da. And so I'm like, man, I really like that girl. I like everything about her. Her energy is dope. Like she my style. Like I like her. Like I really like her. So eventually she inboxed me her phone number. And I call her. So we talk on the phone. We have a real good conversation. And I'm like, okay, I'll call you back tomorrow. Good talk, da-da-da-da-da. So I call her the next day. She don't answer. Call her the next day. She don't answer. Then like 3-4 days later, she texts me like 2:30 in the morning, like, what you doing? I mean, I ain't get it. I was asleep. But she was sort of like slow rolling me. Now, look, I know what y'all thinking. And in the comments, y'all like, well, this is what y'all do to us all the time. This is what y'all do. But listen, I get that. I totally do. But that shit just don't happen to me. Okay. All right. Back to the story. So we start talking about like past relationships. And so she tell me a couple situations she done been in, all like train wrecks. And like a woman will tell you about her past and she will tell you about past relationships, whether they was failed. And you know what I'm saying? But basically she was just telling me like these dudes was the bottom of the barrel, straight dumpster juice out the bottom of the can. And I'm like, you don't seem like the type of woman that would even date a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing about you that says that you would date that guy. And she's like, well, you don't find out how these guys are until, it's too late. And I'm like, nah, because the dude you just named, I know him and I know him. And he was been a trash bag since we were 13. I don't know what enamored you about this person because he's literally who he says he is. And so she sort of took a step back, right? And she was just like, you know, you probably right about that one. And I was like, it's probably something that you attracted to that you don't know you attracted to. And that is a real thing if y'all don't know. Now, with that being said, you know, we had a really good conversation after that, right? So I'm thinking, you know, we done broke through, the ice is good, you know, da-da-da, da-da-da. So I call her like the next afternoon, like trying to see if we can hook up and hang out. And so when I call her, she was like mad annoyed, like, why are you calling me? Like, you know, I'm on my way, you know, getting off work and, you know, I got stuff to do, and just like annoyed. And I was like, hey, I'm just trying to, you know, see if we can get together this weekend. There's an event up in Cleveland. I like to take you to it. And, you know, did this. So I done planned this whole little situation. And she was just like, I don't know. I got to think about it. You know, let me get back to you, right? Day goes by. Another day goes by. Nothing from her, right? She's MIA again. Now, at this point, my ego is like, nah, like, I ain't about to do this. I'm just not. Absolutely not. I don't have to do this. So I'm like trying to do something else. So she don't call me back for like a few days. And so I already had bought the tickets to the other event. So I just called like somebody else and I was like, hey, you want to roll up here to this event with me? So I roll up to the event, me and old girl, and we there having a good time or whatever. So we leave, get some drinks later. I see Jay at the place we getting drinks with. And so when she see me with the other girl, she comes over and she's just like, hey, Tom, how you doing? Da, 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 da. I see you out here with your little friend this evening. That's cute. That's cute. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't really want nothing. I just wanted to touch base with you or whatnot. And okay. And I'm, you know, and she walked away. Then she started texting me. And she's like texting me all this stuff like, you know, I thought you was different. I thought you did this. And this is it. And I'm like, girl, I ain't heard from you in like 4 days after we talked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like on a date texting her, she texted me, and like she acting all like I did something wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to guilt me into something and like trying to call me like a hoe and all this different stuff. And I'm like, you are out having drinks. I am out having drinks. Once again, like I said, do not date somebody who don't like you, because this still goes crazy, right? So me and old girl go out to the parking lot. I'm walking to the car. You know, I go around and open her door, put her in the car. Here come Jay again. Now Jay, like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of think it's funny that you out here with some hoe and this and the third. And you know what I'm saying? I thought we was dating and we was doing all this and that. I'm like, Jay, we ain't even went on a date. What are you talking about? Like, I called you X day, asked you if you wanted to go. You never even responded. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just been, I'm busy. I got stuff going on. You don't understand. This is a third. And I'm like, look, I get all that, but I don't know none of that because you don't talk about none of that. So how am I supposed to know? I already had bought the tickets for this night. You never responded. So she's like, you a fuck nigga. You a fuck nigga. You a fuck nigga. And she walks off, right? I take old girl home. I apologize for the whole situation with her or whatever. And I even explained it to her, like what happened. And she was cool because she knew I was just like, hey, I had got an extra ticket. So she wasn't even tripping like that, right? I get to the crib. Jay blowing my phone up. Like just blowing my phone up. Like, I'm coming over. This is the third. And I'm like, oh man, I never even told her where I live.